Intro. Hey there, mountain lovers and letter spotters. Have you ever looked at a mountain range and thought, that kind of looks like an M? Well, you're not alone. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of mountain silhouettes that resemble letters of the alphabet. Get ready to see nature's skyline in a whole new way. Let's explore how these rocky giants form their unique shapes and where you can find the best letter-like mountains around the world. Grab your binoculars and cameras, because we're about to embark on an alphabetical adventure in the great outdoors. Main content first, let's talk about how mountains get their shapes. Mountains form over millions of years through various geological processes. Tectonic plate movements push the Earth's crust upward, creating mountain ranges. Erosion by wind, water, and ice then sculpts these mountains into different shapes. Some end up looking like pyramids, others like domes, and some, well, they look like letters. Now, let's look at some famous mountain ranges with letter-like silhouettes. The Teton Range in Wyoming has a peak that resembles the letter A when viewed from certain angles. In Austria, there's a mountain called Schafberg that looks like a perfect M from the right spot. The Matterhorn in Switzerland is often compared to a lopsided A or V. But how do we find these letter-shaped mountains? It's all about perspective. The key is finding the right viewpoint to see the mountain's silhouette clearly. Sometimes, you need to be at a specific elevation or distance to see the letter shape. Local hiking guides and photography enthusiasts often know the best spots. Don't be afraid to ask around or join local hiking groups for insider tips. Let's talk about some of the best places to spot these alphabetical wonders. The Rocky Mountains in North America are a great place to start. Their jagged peaks create all sorts of interesting shapes against the sky. The Alps in Europe are another hotspot for letter-like mountains. Their dramatic silhouettes have inspired artists and photographers for centuries. Now, how about we learn some techniques for photographing these mountain silhouettes? First, timing is everything. The best times for silhouette photography are during sunrise and sunset. This is when the sky is colorful and the mountains appear dark against it. Use a tripod to keep your camera steady for sharp images. Experiment with different exposures to capture the perfect balance between the sky and the mountain. Don't forget to play with composition. Try including foreground elements like trees or lakes for added interest. Remember, patience is key when photographing mountains. Weather conditions can change quickly, so be prepared to wait for the perfect moment. Sometimes, clouds can add drama to your shot, while other times, a clear sky lets the mountain's shape stand out. Let's look at some examples of stunning mountain silhouette photography. Describe a few example photos, pointing out how the mountains resemble letters. Now, you might be wondering, are these letter shapes just a coincidence? While most are indeed happy accidents of nature, some cultures have legends about mountain shapes. For example, in some Native American traditions, certain mountain formations are said to be alphabet-like symbols left by ancestors or spirits. Interestingly, our brains are wired to recognize patterns, even when they might not be intentional. This phenomenon is called pareidolia. It's the same reason we see faces in clouds or animals in rock formations. So when we spot letter shapes in mountains, it's partly nature's work and partly our imagination. Before we wrap up, let's talk about how you can plan your own mountain silhouette adventure. Research your destination beforehand to find potential letter-shaped mountains. Check local hiking trails and viewpoints that offer good vantage points. Don't forget to pack your camera gear, including a wide-angle lens for capturing expansive mountain ranges. And most importantly, always prioritize safety when exploring mountainous areas. Outro. So there you have it, folks, the ABCs of mountain silhouettes. Next time you're out in nature, keep an eye out for these alphabetical wonders. Who knows? You might discover a new letter-shaped mountain that no one's noticed before. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow nature enthusiasts. Drop a comment below telling us about any letter-shaped mountains you've spotted in your travels. And don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating content about the natural world around us. Until next time, happy mountain spotting!